Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel BBC Rare Coins. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic coins in American history, the wheat penny. Let's start. Top 1. You might want to check your pocket change after this, because some coins that look like everyday cents are actually worth small fortunes that in the world of American coin collecting. Few coins carry the legacy, the mystery, and the surprising value like the 1941 wheat penny and a rare misprinted US quarter dollar, one of which sold for an astonishing $78,000. Let's start with the legendary 1941 wheat penny. Minted during the early years of World War II, the 1941 wheat penny might not seem special at first glance. Over 1 billion of them were struck that year by the U.S. Mint. For most people, it's a coin they've seen before, copper-toned, Lincoln on the front, wheat stalks on the back. But within that massive production run, a few rare and valuable pieces were created, completely by accident. Some of the most sought-after 1941 wheat pennies are those with striking mint errors. One of the most famous is the 1941 doubled die obverse, where the text and date on the front of the coin appear doubled due to a rare misalignment during the minting process. If you look closely and see doubling on the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," or the numbers in the date, 1941, you might be holding a coin that collectors are willing to pay thousands of dollars for. These error coins are extremely rare, but they do exist, hiding in old change jars, handed down in family collections, or even tucked away in dusty drawers. Even without mint errors, a regular 1941 wheat penny in flawless condition can be worth hundreds or thousands. Coins that have never been in circulation, known as mint state coins, can fetch up to $10,000 if graded highly by professional services. That's not just for rarity, it's for perfection. A coin with sharp details, original mint luster, and no scratches, or where can be a true prize for any collector. But while the 1941 penny has become a hidden gem, there's another coin out there that stunned collectors with its bizarre appearance and massive auction price. A rare US quarter dollar that sold for $78,000. This wasn't a coin from the 1800s or even early 1900s. It was a modern quarter, but with a major error that made it one of a kind. Somewhere during production, a minting mistake led to a rare script or font error on the coin's design. These are sometimes called script error quarters, and they're among the rarest types of US coin misprints. Most of these kinds of errors never make it out of the mint. They're caught and destroyed before ever seeing the light of day. But this one made it through. A mistake so rare, so visually striking, and in such pristine condition, it caught the attention of serious collectors when it hit the auction block. Bidding escalated quickly, one offer after another, and by the end of the night, the final sale price hit a staggering $78,000. Think about that. A coin meant to be worth just 25 cents ended up selling for more than most cars. All because of a minting error and the demand for one-of-a-kind collectibles. Stories like these are why coin collecting has captured imaginations for generations. You never know what you might find. A rare wheat penny from the 1940s worth thousands, or a modern quarter with an extraordinary flaw that makes it priceless. That's the beauty of numismatics. It's not just about money. It's about history, mystery, and the thrill of discovery. The next valuable coin isn't locked in a museum or vault. It could be sitting in your change jar right now, waiting to be found. Keep your eyes open. Every coin has a story. Some are worth telling, and some are worth tens of thousands of dollars. Top 2. Top 2. Some coins are more than just currency. They're history, mystery, and hidden treasure all wrapped in copper and nickel. And today, we're diving into two American coins that have shocked collectors around the world. The 1944 wheat penny and one of the rarest and most unusual errors in U.S. coinage history. A misprinted script quarter dollar that sold for an incredible $73,000. Let's begin with one of the most legendary coins ever discovered, the 1944 wheat penny. On the surface, the 1944 penny seems ordinary. It's one of the most commonly found Lincoln cents in circulation, struck by the millions during the height of World War II. It features President Abraham Lincoln on the front and two wheat stalks curving around the words 1 cent on the back. A familiar sight for collectors and everyday Americans alike. But hidden among those millions of copper pennies was a mistake. A small handful of 1944 pennies weren't made of copper at all. Instead, They were mistakenly struck on leftover steel planchets from 1943, the year the U.S. Mint temporarily switched from copper to zinc-coated steel due to wartime shortages. These rare 1944 steel cents weren't supposed to exist, but a few slipped through the cracks, and today, they are among the most valuable coins in U.S. history. Only a few authentic 1944 steel pennies have ever been verified, and when one appears at auction, it creates a frenzy. In top condition, these coins have fetched prices as high as $100,000 or more. Even damaged or circulated versions can command tens of thousands. Why? Because they weren't just mint errors, they were historical accidents, never intended to exist. A leftover from the war effort. A misstep in metal. A once-in-a-lifetime find. Imagine holding a simple penny in your hand and realizing it's worth more than a brand-new luxury car. But the 1944 penny isn't the only coin that stunned the world. Let's talk about one of the most bizarre and mysterious coins to ever cross the auction block. The rare script quarter dollar that sold for a staggering $73,000. If this isn't a colonial relic or a gold coin from the 1800s, it's a modern-era quarter, a 25-cent piece that turned into a collector's dream because of one major, undeniable flaw. The text, or script, printed on the coin was completely wrong, known among collectors as a script error or font anomaly. This quarter featured letters and numbers that were either completely misaligned, printed in the wrong style, or warped in such a dramatic way that it turned an everyday coin into a one-of-a-kind collectible. In the world of minting, this kind of mistake is incredibly rare. The machines that create U.S. coins are tested and calibrated to near perfection. But every now and then, a mechanical slip or software glitch causes something to go very, very wrong. And that's exactly what happened here. What makes this script error quarter so remarkable isn't just the mistake. It's how perfect the coin was otherwise. No wear, no damage, perfectly preserved. The type of coin that never should have left the mint, but somehow made its way into circulation or possibly straight into the hands of someone who recognized its value immediately. When it hit the auction house, collectors couldn't believe their eyes. A quarter with such a dramatic and unexplained error, in such flawless condition, was unheard of. The bidding war began and didn't stop until one collector finally locked it in for an unbelievable $73,000. That's the thrill of numismatics. The treasure hunt. The idea that something so small, something most people overlook, could hold such massive value. These aren't just coins. They're time capsules. Mistakes frozen in metal, and proof that even in a world of digital transactions and plastic cards, a single penny or quarter can still change your life. So next time you're handed some change, take a second look. Because the rarest and most valuable coins in American history weren't always locked away in museums or stored in bank vaults. Some of them were found in pocket change, old piggy banks, or tucked in the back of a drawer. And with a little luck and a sharp eye, the next one might just be found by you. Top 3. Some coins are far more than just spare change. They're pieces of history, symbols of national identity, and for a lucky few, they're the key to unexpected fortune. Today, we're uncovering the secrets behind two incredible U.S. coins that have captured the attention of collectors across the globe: the 1951 wheat penny and a rare misprinted script quarter dollar that sold for an astounding $67,000. Let's start with the 1951 wheat penny, a coin many Americans have seen, held, and probably overlooked. At first glance, it looks like any other Lincoln cent. It features Abraham Lincoln on the front and the classic 1-cent wheat design on the reverse, framed by 2 stalks of wheat. Millions were minted that year, and they remained in circulation for decades. But among those countless copper coins, a few rare variations exist, and they've become prized treasures in the numismatic world. What makes certain 1951 wheat pennies so valuable isn't just age. It's rarity, condition, and minting errors. Most 1951 cents are worth only a few cents over face value, even in good condition. But when you come across one in near-perfect condition, untouched, uncirculated, with full mint luster, the value can climb into the hundreds, even thousands of dollars. And that's just the beginning. The real hidden gems are the error coins. Some 1951 wheat pennies were struck off-center, some with die cracks, repunched mint marks, or even doubling on the date and lettering. known as double die errors. These aren't obvious at first glance, but under magnification, they reveal dramatic flaws in the minting process. And for collectors, flaws like these aren't mistakes. They're gold mines that a 1951 wheat penny with a significant error in pristine condition can fetch several $1,000s at auction. One particular specimen, featuring a bold double die on the obverse and perfect preservation, stunned collectors when it sold for a high five-figure sum. It was proof that even a coin as common as a wheat penny could become one of the most valuable when the right mix of rarity and condition comes together. Now, let's shift to a coin that shocked even the most experienced collectors, a US quarter dollar with a misprinted script that ended up selling for an unbelievable $67,000, unlike rare cents from the mid-20th century. This wasn't an antique or colonial-era piece. It was a modern quarter, 25 cents of everyday money, until a printing error transformed it into something extraordinary. During the minting process, the text or script used for the coin's design was misapplied. The font was completely distorted, with letters appearing warped, uneven, or in the wrong size. In some areas, the inscriptions were stretched or compressed, giving the coin a surreal, almost ghostly appearance. For the US Mint, such an error is incredibly rare. The dies used to strike coins are produced with meticulous precision, and quality control is strict. So when a quarter like this makes it out into the world, it becomes an instant anomaly. A mistake so rare that collectors will do anything to get their hands on it. And that's exactly what happened. The coin was discovered by a sharp-eyed collector who immediately realized its unique characteristics. It was professionally authenticated and graded, and when it finally reached the auction floor, the bidding was fierce. One collector walked away with the prize, but only after putting down a staggering $67,000. That what makes this coin so special isn't just the error, it's the story. A modern coin, something we all use every day, turned into a once-in-a-generation collectible because of a single minting flaw. It's a reminder that history doesn't always lie in the distant past. Sometimes, it's right in your pocket. Both the 1951 wheat penny and the $67,000 script error quarter show us that the most valuable coins aren't always the oldest or the most famous. They're the ones with character, the ones that carry the scars of history, the quirks of production, and the mystery of rarity. So before you toss your change into a jar, take a second look. That penny or quarter you've overlooked 1,000 times might be something far more than just a coin. It might be a lost piece of American history. It might be worth thousands. It might even be priceless. Because in the world of coins, value isn't always about what's obvious. It's about what's hidden in plain sight.